Jabalia Camp, Gaza, 1987. Women face armed soldiers, a mother clutching her child, early First Intifada moments. Betty Page ruled 1950s pinup culture, then left fame for faith and spent years in mental health care. Rome, 1966. Actress Sonia Romano smears ice cream on paparazzo Rino Barilari, who later bragged that 70 cameras died. Hayden Lake, Idaho, 1986. A robed man stands on a road beside dogs and a man in combat gear. Indochina, 1952. A French Foreign Legion officer wades through swamp mud, hauling a field radio for one report. Vietnam Delta. A South Vietnamese soldier questions two bound suspects in flooded grass. Horst Foss caught the tension. Hiroshima, 1946. Survivors pray toward Ground Zero, the lone ruined dome behind them. Antwerp, 1944. Surrendered German troops sit in an empty zoo cage, power flipped so fast it's surreal. Circus posters called Isaac Sprague the Skeleton Man. 168 centimeters tall, under 20 kilograms, he still built a family. Paika, born in Angola in 1830, was shipped to Brazil. His strength made him legendary, an ancestor to 200 plus. In the 1800s, Alabama, enslaved people wore iron collars with bells, so every step betrayed them. Mongolia, 1905. A bound man kneels in snow as officials stage a brutal public sentence. March 1944. Mount Vesuvius buried the Pompeii airfield, destroying at least 78 American B-25 bombers. Bogside Dairy, 1971. A thief is tarred, feathered, and tied to a pole. Kids watch quietly. December 11, 1962, South Vietnam. A crewman bolts from a crashed CH-21. 2 helicopters are destroyed. December 7, 1941. Captain Takatsugu Jojima watches planes launch from Shokaku hours before Pearl Harbor. Labyrinth, 1986. A vertical tunnel of 100-plus latex hands, puppeteered off camera, grabs at the hero. Persia, around 1890. The Falaka punishment lifts bound feet for cane strikes, with spectators gathering. December 16, 1960. A DC-8 and superconstellation collide. Debris rains onto Brooklyn, killing 134. United States, 1969. A hidden TV camera films a daylight bank raid with police standing steps away. December 3, 1967. Christiane Barnard performs the first heart transplant. Denise Darvall's heart sustains Louis Washkansky for 18 days. Early 1990s, KGB Group. A operators pose like tourists despite training for hostage rescues and protection missions. Bavaria, 1942. Flossenburg, prisoners line up for watery food after quarry labor. Berlin, August 21, 1948. Workers paint a thin line at Potsdamer Platz, an early Cold War border. Karelian Front, 1944. A Soviet soldier wears an SN-42 breastplate dented by 3 bullet hits. Around 1987, Palestinian women shout and throw stones as an Israeli soldier shelters behind a wrecked car. 1988, West Bank. A masked teen slings a stone at a helicopter, homemade weapon versus machine in the sky. 1935. Germany, villagers study a giant potato beetle chart, panic over a tiny striped crop thief. 1957. Nevada tests. Pigs in metal containers measure blast effects. A handler lifts one into daylight afterward. 1958. Venice, office workers wade through St. Mark's Square, suitcases held high. Aqua Alta turns streets to canals. Texas, 1966. Fans burn Beatles records over Lennon's comment. Lightning hits the station backing the protest. 1916. Trenches. A French soldier fires via a mirror periscope rig, shooting without showing his head. 1959. Santa Monica. Showgirls sip cocktails while a circus elephant calmly reaches over the bar for peanuts. Hitler, in 1923, rides an open car in parade style, early propaganda turning rallies into spectacle. A spiritual community holds a brick carry race. One devotee hugs a stack nearly his own weight in 1984. Belgium, 1917. Engineers swap in a fake tree at night, really a steel lookout stump with viewing slits. France, 1930. A writer cycles hard while sipping wine. Some racers treated red bottles like secret fuel. 1963. MYSE. A trader thrusts tickets skyward as oil stocks climb. Fortunes shouted, waved, and won. Around 1918, Egypt. A Coptic Christian woman wears a full-face veil, an older elite fashion under Ottoman influence. July 20th, 1944. Officers inspect the Wolf's Lair wreckage. Hitler survived by inches. War nearly rerouted. Panama, around 1920. Prisoners hang in rope cages over a cliff. Food lowered like their human cargo. In Oymyakon, a canteen worker leans from a window buried in ice. Winter turns buildings into frozen cliffs. A 1935 woman shows off a ridiculous multi-blade folding tool, part pocket helper, part mechanical jewelry. Old studio portraits show pit bull-type dogs beside kids, once praised as gentle nanny guardians. Nevada, 1953. Mannequins sit like a family awaiting an atomic flash. Then scientists inspect the wreckage. A woman in 1922 demonstrates a hidden thigh holster. Elegance outside, quiet firepower underneath. Heidelberg, 1903. Students lounge in a tiny dorm, sharing a long pipe like a daring imported ritual. Late 1942. Romanian POWs huddle in bitter cold. Tens of thousands taken after their army collapses. In 1917, Mata Hari in Black walk calmly toward execution. Siberia, 1906. Young revolutionary women pose at Akatui prison, faces serene, futures stolen by years of cells. March 27, 1968. Yuri Gagarin's training jet crashes in a Russian forest. The wreck became a guarded secret. September 26, 1976. Pilot Vladimir Surkov crashes his plane into an apartment block in Novosibirsk. Multiple lives are lost. Thai Queen Sunanda died in a riverboat accident. Onlookers feared touching royalty, trapped by the law. June 1941, near Brest Fortress. Nurse Praskovia Tacheva is encircled. Decades later, a German soldier returns the photo. A new U.S. recruit grimaces as a medic administers a large vaccine shot. The crowded barracks needed protection. Bergen, Norway, 1930s. Workers toss obsolete typewriters into a harbor dump, ending countless office stories in a crash. Sydney, October 27, 1934. A Peppo-Mint Lifesavers car rolls by. Viral marketing before the internet existed. Ural region, late 1880s. Workers perch on wooden scaffolds, building a railway bridge that stitched distant towns together. In 1971, an amphibious amphicar skids into Sydney Harbor, then keeps going, cruising the yacht race like it's normal. A World War I trench dog poses beside a lineup of rats. 4 Lincoln conspirators stand on a prison yard scaffold. Someone shades Mary Surratt with an umbrella. Outside Baku, oil derricks turn the flat mud into a wooden forest. An early oil capital is being born. A Chicago couple finds a chalk slur arrow aimed at their home. Welcome Matt, replaced by a warning sign. Norway's first speed camera draws a crowd of cops. The tripod radar looks like a chunky robot. 1970s. Uruguay, soldiers patrol streets, but massive protests rise anyway. Fear starts losing the fight. 1944. Antwerp, women accused of collaboration sit in a zoo cage. Some graves wore iron mort safes, heavy cages built to stop body snatchers from stealing the dead. 1939. Mexico, workers uncover a colossal Olmec stone head, a 2,000-year-old mystery rising from the earth. Berlin, 1931. An early gasoline chainsaw slices logs into discs. Warsaw, 1967. After the Rolling Stones, the hall is carpeted in broken chairs and abandoned banners. St. Petersburg, 1906. After a treasury carriage robbery, a horse lies collapsed. Proof even the Tsar's money wasn't safe. A Soviet MBR-2 flying boat prowls the coast, engine perched high, nose turret ready, skimming waves like a spy. In 1960, France, Khrushchev gets a corn bouquet. The crowd laughs as propaganda turns into playful trolling. 1940s rationing. No nylon stockings. Women shave and paint seams on bare legs, faking fashion with artistry. February 1918. The submarine Leopard is frozen into Reval Harbor. Sailors hack ice so it can breathe again. Mid-1950s, a teen collapses screaming as Elvis appears. Adults call it hysteria. Fans call it lightning. World War I camp. Russian POWs hang by ropes as punishment. Guards pose casually beside the cruelty. East Berlin, 1950s. The old Schauspielhaus stands cracked and empty, music replaced by weeds and rubble.